For those watching the VOD, I'm chilling and waiting for things to happen. Doing some rebalancing on my magic deck. And just waiting. Also, it is Mother's Day. So there's that. Let's see. What do we got up here? Okay, don't need to do that. Don't need to do that. Nearly done with the work. Yeah, that's kind of a thing. Need to check in with. You know what? Let me do that. Let me do that. Okay, let's do this. Oh shit. Damn it. Never mind. Don't think that's gonna hold anything up, but yeah. Oh, excuse me. Okay. So today's gonna be very casual. No real game. I mean, this is a game, but this is more like chatting if needed. But keeping an eye on stuff. So this is what I've been doing since yesterday, which is refining, changing, uh, testing. Basically, okay. So let's see. Let me actually do this. Or I have not done this yet. Okay. So these are just three of the random decks that I have friends who run or that can run on the. Oh, you know what? There's an update. You know, let me grab the update. Well, okay. Let's do that, and then I'll also do this. So we've got, and ever since I've done this, I'm getting a lot better balance from the lands, but it also feels like I'm missing something. So I want to, you know, okay. So all of these are tap. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one then. Oh yeah, I'm gonna keep it. It will draw me another card in a minute. Okay, so we got a couple interesting decks that we're playing against. One is actually the same that I'm running. Okay, let's sacrifice this. Let's go for look for a land. We're gonna get a plains, because that is the primary drive engine for this build. And I want to put this guy probably there in my play order. In fact, let me do this. Let me make these a little bit smaller. That way people can see like what I'm actually playing. There we go. So I believe that this guy. Oh, we got two of them in here. Okay, so I remember this. Okay. Yeah, so this is the original deck that I built my deck off of and the concept, this is a nasty one. That's a nasty one, but that's also like $900 worth of cards or some crazy crap like that. All right, so there's the new download. We're just going to play through this round just to see. Like if I can beat that first deck and subsequently this one too, because that was one of my versions. It was like my first iteration in, well, not my first iteration in modifying, but ooh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. Reliquary Tower. You have no maximum hand size, and this is a land. This is perfect. So, if you gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. But I do, so we have the opportunity. We can actually play 2 cards, or we could play 1 and start seeing benefit from our things right away. I prefer this route in getting a creature out there and starting to do the damage to them now. So we're going to do that. Let's see. Whenever your opponent controls, creatures your opponent control enter the battlefield tapped. Okay, so that's an enchantment that I got. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control, you gain life. Ooh, interesting. So that's kind of like the one. Hey, no, that was the original deck design for this. Was called Oloro, Blood-Stained Pillow. And it was like $900 in cards or something like that. Mine, a lot cheaper. A lot cheaper. So this is basically a budget version of it. I took all of the expensive cards and just removed them. And then, so this deck is built on the idea of increasing my health and increasing it more, and then some lifesteal to increase it more, and then if you were to gain health, gain twice that much health, and if you gain health, pull a card. So we're working on like a gain health engine, but also, yeah, so also like this one, things that will damage passively so that I don't necessarily have to attack. I could just sit back and just start like ding, 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 ding. So it's not like my mill deck where I'm going to be like removing your cards from the battlefield or from play. This really works on, yeah, just that passive style. Okay, so I just took a damage for putting that out. And what was that? So you just played a land and it's, oh, interesting. Unless you have 2 or more opponents. See, I didn't find a benefit from this. Like, unless you're playing, well, so this is actually not that bad. Because in truth, the way that we're playing Commander, there's never going to be a situation. Well, I mean, very rarely is there going to be a situation where we're going to have less than, I mean, we're just going to have one-on-one. If I'm sitting back and I'm just chilling and waiting for other people, maybe, but it's going to be a short game. So that's probably a really good one to note. How much is that? Let's take a look. Because this is well, actually, no, I've been building up and changing out the different components of this deck. So we went, in fact, I'll show you. Like we went from my alt version, which is basically my, well, actually no, budget one is my first budget version of Aloro, and we ended up with 11 islands, 11 plains, and 11 swamp, with a radiant fountain, a temple of the false god, and that was pretty much it. So, and that's the one that I played this weekend ago or something, and it was really, really mana shy. So I I didn't pay attention to that. And in my 1.1, I started replacing them with some other types of lands. And things got a little bit better. And then in my 1.2, I did the same. But if you'll notice, I didn't well, the lands went down, I think. Yeah, my lands went down, but my lands didn't go up alternatively. And the same thing happened. Well, this one was probably my second best, well, maybe my third best build so far, where I dropped my numbers of my islands, plains, and swamp down. And I took like a whole bunch of things like Azorus, Command Tower, Dismal, Exotic, all of these other ones. In fact, some of them that would eventually gain me life on card draw, which is really good because of the other things. So I added some Scribe land cards so I can take a look at cards before I get them. Temple of the False God, which is not great, but it's good. These one, the Thriving Heath, is good because it's actually it's 2 mana of your choice depending on what you're playing. And then my alpha 1.4 was my attempt to readjust, and you'll notice that my basic lands went up because I realized with my last one that I had in fact, I wrote it down. I think I was at 21 lands. How is anybody going to play with 21 lands? It's like that's no land draw. It's like, it's terrible. So I rebalanced. I took out some of the things within the creatures and other things that would have been fun, but as I was playing through, I was realizing that I was skipping this because it was either too expensive or I didn't necessarily like the effect and what it would do, what it would give other people. Like, everybody mills 3 cards and puts a creature on the battlefield from those. Like, I don't want to give other people that. It's like, no. So, and plus, most of my cards are not creatures. So, like, the chance that I would, yeah. So, and then this is my most recent one, which I did then drop a lot of the basics, but the number of lands alternative that I added, like Arcane Sanctum, which is one of the 3 colors that I need, Azorus Chancellor, which is good, Choked Estuary, blue and black, Command Tower, any color in my command thing, Gain Life, Dismal Backwater, Evolving Wilds, pull a, search your library for whatever, Exotic Orchard, any command color, Fabled, basically pull land, Myriad Landscape, again, pull 2 basic lands, Port Town, so you can see where it's kind of going. If it is not double mana indicators like plains and islands, then it will be health. So I tried to do that. Plus, I noticed that I was getting I was getting a lot of cards because of my commander and because of like the mid game, probably turn 6 or 7, where I was my cards weren't there. Like I wasn't getting enough. Well, let me rephrase. I would start using my draw engine to draw more cards, but I wouldn't have enough space for those cards in my hand, and I'd end up with like 10 cards, and I'd have to like 10, 12, 13 cards, and I couldn't do anything because I would have to give up those really good cards or decent cards. So I wasn't able to plan for future. So Reliquary Tower is one of my fixes. Also, I have an artifact. Was it Chrome? No. Library of Lang, which is basically the same thing. It's a completely different wording. Basically, skip your discard turn. This one's actually really good because if somebody tells me, mill 10 cards, all right. If your card is forced to discard, basically, which is also mill, you may choose to discard the top of the library rather than to the okay, so you can put it on, rather than put it in the graveyard, you get to put it on the top of your library. Yeah, yeah. This is probably the one, this is one of two cards that I spent the most potential money on. The other is Resplendent Angel, which basically says at the beginning of each end step, if you gained 5 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. So I'm going to be gathering health, removing health from you guys, drawing cards, playing out innocent creatures that don't look very scary, but then playing out a few cards where I'm going to be start creating angel tokens, you know, Pegasus, all of these other tokens that all have flying, some that will have lifelink. In fact, that's one of the things I need to add. I removed a card that gave all my creatures lifelink, and I need to add that back in. But this one, basically, it says until the secondary effect is until end of turn, Resplendent Angel gets +2/+2 and gains lifelink, which is all right. But I have cards that, one of them that says when I gain life, add a +1/+1 counter to this creature. Then I have another card that says it's a sorcery, I believe, and the sorcery says, yeah. Okay, so I have one that's double your life total. Yes. And then target opponent halves their life total rounded up. Okay, that's not terrible, whatever. Um, and where's my other one? So maybe it was an instant that I had. Let's see. We have some return, some destroy, some counters. Oh, I took it out. Aw. Okay, that was one of them that I wanted to put back and as a balance item. And I need to find it because that was one. I have one that basically says, oh, no, no, no. Maybe it was an enchantment. That's why it was so nasty. Yeah, I do have a Smothering Tide in here. What was it? Was it an artifact? I have one that says at the end of turn, um, gain life equal to ah. Okay. I may have removed it. There was a couple of them that I removed, and I'll show you by going back to my 1.0. So I removed. Well, I removed a lot, but this one. So I removed any win con based on health because I thought it was unfair. I think I left like one in, but there was like a total of 3 or 4. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. Okay, not very fun. And then I think I have an enchantment in here. Yeah, at the beginning of upkeep, if you have 50 or more health, you win the game. So I removed both of those because I didn't like playing them. I mean, if I'm going to play like nasty, I could easily just grab those cards, put them in the deck. Like if John says, "Hey, let's play our nastiest decks." Okay. Now, I have to say, this deck is not impenetrable. This can be an easy defeat. An easy defeat. So, yeah. It shouldn't be like even like those win cons, like if I were to keep them in, like I could choose whether or not to play them or not. Okay. So my this guy is triggering. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your opponent's control, you can have that player lose a health. Yes, I want to. Take a ding. Okay, 1 health gone. And you can see like these two people are playing the same commander, Oloro, because every single turn at the beginning of their upkeep, they're gaining 2 health. So, but this guy's got a baddie right here, which is if you put a creature on, opponent puts a creature onto the battlefield, that person loses a health. So I lost a health. But I'm also gaining health because of creatures that enter the battlefield. So I'm negating this basically. This one gives me health, that takes it away. So I'm negating the health loss. All right, draw. Smother and Tide, baby. All right, so which one do I want to do? I'm going to wait on this one because I know what I want to use it for, which is basically if you would gain life, you gain that much +1 instead. So that's great. Because what I want to do is I want to use this one in my second turn. Actually, I want to play this one first. Yeah, play this one first. Then play this one because this triggers the 1 additional life, and then that gave me 2. So there you go. All right, so now I got 1 mana left. Let's just go ahead and put the chromatic sphere onto the battlefield. And then, ooh, I have 1 creature. No one has a creature besides Thunder. This is the guy I fear the most because I know what his deck is capable of. Mr. $900. Yeah. You have an Angel Feather? You have an Angel Feather in the deck. Let me check. Angel Feather. Sort. No. Let me check that out. Angel Feather. Okay, so Angel Feather. Whenever a player casts a white spell, you may gain 1 life. That's actually pretty good. That's pretty good. So, one of the things I didn't want to do that much with this deck is, so I have something similar, but it's more general. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So I have a card. So I have this one. Basically, whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. Okay, it's not great. It's only on, when I cast it. So when I put it out on the battlefield. So it's a little bit of extra health. Um, Arcane Signet. I got this one. Just tap it and gain a life. Tap it, gain life. At the beginning of your upkeep, gain life. So you can see, like, this can get pretty ridiculous as far as like life gain. And I don't want to be this totally about if you would gain one, if you would gain one more, basically. So this is going to be me gaining potentially a lot of health. Oh, that's right. I'm looking at the wrong deck. Shoot. Yeah. But it's, I mean, there's another card in here that says if somebody casts a spell that they take it in, well, I mean, I have Smothering Tide, so okay. Whenever you gain health, draw a card. Yeah, so I got Smothering Tithe, so that people have to pay 2. Otherwise, they got a treasure. Let's see. At the beginning of my upkeep, I gain 2 life. Everybody else gains 2 or loses 2. Gain an extra life or gain a life at I mean, you can see where this is going. This is like all about like gaining life. Let's see if it's in one of my legendaries. Okay. If I gain 3 more life, put an angel creature token on the battlefield with flying. At the beginning of combat, create a token that's a copy of the equipped creature. Now I'm going to show you what this synergizes with and why this is potentially, well, that went, I comboed that with another card specifically, but it in itself is pretty cool. Let's see. So no. Okay. So this, at the beginning of combat on your turn, create a copy of equipped creature. That token gains haste. I put that on Grand Arbiter Augustine the Fourth. White spells you cast or cast cost 1 less. Blue spells you cast 1 less. Spells your opponent's costs are 1 more to cast. So imagine, I have this attached to it. So every single combat, at the beginning of combat, I'm duplicating this. And the effects stack. So that means that at the beginning of combat, every next turn or every turn, my creature spells are 1 less to cost, or one, not just creature, any spell, if it has like colorless mana, yeah, is reduced, and everybody else has to pay 1 more, and potentially 2, or 3, or 4. So that's it. That's a cute little one. Whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell, that player loses 2 health, and I gain 2. That's the card. Yeah. Yeah. So how does that compare to the angel? So it's a non-creature spell for that one. So Angel Feather. It's a white spell. I don't know. They're equal-ish, I guess. Never seen the air before. Not sure. Okay. Now, we're not going to have a long session today. I have a meeting that I actually have to attend. And I know. What does this talk about meeting? In 15 minutes? Yeah, yeah, so I've got some things that I need to do today. So I just wanted to touch base with you guys, just, catch up real quick, make sure everything was okay, tell you what happened yesterday because I wasn't streaming yesterday. Yesterday I was working. But I have 10 minutes, I have 15 minutes. Let's get through an actual gameplay of this. So I've got this one on the battlefield, I got this one on the battlefield. Let's go ahead and I've declared my attack. He did not block because he can't. So we've got an additional land. We've got whenever the sliver becomes blocked. Oh, this is your sliver deck. This is your sliver deck. I put your sliver deck so you're playing as the Pendus in the top middle. Okay. There we go. Have them lose a life. And you're attacking another somebody. Okay, somebody else is gaining some life. At the beginning of upkeep, gain some life. Okay, have them lose a life. I'm very quickly kind of ticking through here. Enters the battlefield. Tapped. So this is a dual land. I think I'm gonna play this one. And I'm gonna declare white. And then I have 3 mana. So I'm gonna play the... Okay, so I'm gonna play this to get another mana onto the battlefield. I then am going to do this. Sacrifice it. Oh, that was dumb. Well, basically, it's giving me a card draw. So, I mean, yeah, I didn't think about it, but that's fine. All right, go ahead and go into... Yeah, I know I'm going to give up a floating mana, whatever. I'm going to go declare attacker. You are going to get dinked for 1 again. Okay. Oh, shit. He just brought out the win con card. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 50 or more life, you win the game. So, if he keeps on gaining life, then we're in trouble. He's at 49. So yeah, he could win this next start. Now he's at 50 life. So I need to knock him down. All right, so how can I knock him down right now? At the beginning of upkeep, no. Okay, so at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent... So the problem with these is he's going to win. I already know it. Because I can't do what I need to do. Unless... Okay, let's do this. Play the land. No, he's going to win no matter what. Okay, so he's at 50 health right now. He's at his win con. I can do 1 damage to him. Hey, Delphite. Short stream today, probably another 11 minutes. But we're just kind of like going over some stuff. I can pay 4. And then whenever you gain life, put a +1. Oh, that's the problem. I can't gain life before he wins. Alright, well, basically, that's the end of the game. And I have nothing that says, like, at the beginning of combat or the end of combat. So, yeah, that's basically it. That's a bummer. And even if I do this to draw 2 cards, Please tell your wife and oldest, hey, absolutely. And happy Mother's Day to yours on your side. Hope you guys have a great day. You have anything planned? I have nothing planned because I have to actually do work. But yeah. I mean, the only thing that I could maybe do. No, because then I wouldn't even have mana to play. Already played my land per turn. And there's nothing that's going to give me the opportunity to win. You know what? Let's play this. Just... Oh, I can't. Because I don't have the right colors. Dang it. We are going out to eat. If my jaw stops hurting, but I plan to get the wife some flowers. Aw, that's nice. That's nice. Alright, so I'm going to do this and just go to level 2. And then cry because I'm not going to be... Oh, wait, I don't have lifesteal. Okay, I'm going to dink you for 1. Dink! You go down to 49, but the beginning of their upkeep... If you began... Okay, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may remove a charge counter. Okay, so if you do, you gain 1 life. So they could remove a charge counter. Actually, no, this person can. But this, right here. So they're at 49. They go to 51. Oh, wait. Oh, we did it. We did it. We negated it. We negated it. We survive another round. Oh my god, that's amazing. Okay. Okay, lose a life. Nice. Somebody destroyed their creature at the beginning. Okay. Sweet. Alright, so we live to go another round. And we're going to gain life, which means that we get to put a +1/+1 counter on that guy. We need to ding him for at least 2. Which if I knew that was going to be the case... Oh, what are you at now? Oh, he's at 48! Oh, somebody attacked him. This is the only thing I don't like, is that sometimes that it's like hard to see like what has happened. Okay, they lose a life. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now he's at 2/2. He's at 49. This is perfect. Okay. Counter target non-creature spell. Well, I can't counter something that's already on the battlefield, so that's pointless for right now. But I could do this. When this class becomes level 3, return target creature card from your graveyard. Ooh, do I have a creature in my graveyard? I don't think I do. Don't. So we got to work with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana, which means I could do this. I think I want to do this. I think... Okay, so I have to be very strategic with this. So I need 1 blue, which is coming from here. I can also use this one. So I can use this one for the black. And I'll use this one for the colorless. Put this guy on the battlefield. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under a opponent's control, you may have that person lose a life. That is from somebody else to me. Okay, did you just gain a life? Yes, you did. Okay, I gain a life. Put a +1/+. Okay, perfect. So that gives that 3. And I'll go into combat. Ding him for 3. Is perfect because he can't block it. So now he's down to 47. Now I want to see... Okay. Can I counter? So what I want to do is I want to put my position where I can counter this. And I don't know if I can. I'll give him the Arcane Signet. Cumulative upkeep. Whenever targeted opponent successfully casts a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. No. I don't think so. No, thank you. You don't get that ability. Alright. Got some damage coming about. We've got some slivers that are attacking. Who are they attacking? Okay, Aiden. Declare blockers. Aiden blocks. Things happen. Charge counters. Poison. Ooh. Sliver bad. Sliver poison bad. He's up to 4 poison counters on one guy. Okay, opponent loses a life. Alright, here we go. Now let the fun begin. Okay, so I gained a life. Add another counter. Beautiful. At the beginning, add another counter. I like it. I like it. Alright, I don't have enough for my commander yet. Whenever you gain life, you may pay 2. If you do, but I don't want to play that one yet. But do I have 3 black? I have 2. No, I have 1. No, I have 2. I have 2 black. So I can do this. And I'm not going to do... Well, I could do Smothering Tide now. That would be like a choke. You know what? Let's choke everybody. Yeah, that's better. And can I pay... Okay. Yeah, just get these done. Alright, declare attackers. Yes, you again. And also you. So we're doing him for 5. And what was his? He has 50, so he's now going to be at 45. Perfect. 44, actually. At the beginning of upkeep, he gains a little bit of life. He has to pay 2 to draw a card. And exile our cards. You know what? I don't care about my graveyard. Like, it's all things that I've already used, so suck it. Alright, let's go ahead and end the turn of each one of these just to make it quick. Okay, who did you hit? Oh, you hit Aiden. Okay, at the beginning of upkeep. Charge counters. No more than 2 creatures can attack you. It's actually not that bad. Alright, 1 minute and then I have to end the stream. So I'm going to do one more round. Okay, there's an additional counter for you. Pay 2 to draw a card. Yes. Alright, perfect. Then do this. Gain some more +1/+1s. Don't draw another card. Play my land per turn. And then I'm going to do this guy. And I'm going to choose dragons. And then I'm going to go to combat. And I'm going to Alpha Strike him for 8. He didn't block. He's down to 37. Okay, so we're doing good. Okay, let's end the turn. Get to one more turn, and then we've got to leave. Oh, boy. Uh-oh. I took some poison. From slivers. Alright. So, gain a counter. I will draw a card. Okay. Arcane Signet. Not great. Not terrible. No. Up to 10. Draw a card. don't think I want to play that. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. Do this. All right. That was my signal for my call. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream right now. Thank you guys for hanging out. I may or may not be back later. But otherwise, enjoy your Mother's Day. Wish everybody the great or whatever.